and community storytelling with me, Lissa Kreisler. Two great people sitting next to me today. I can't wait to talk about their store. Well, I love shopping, so you got me anyway. But Melody and Jon Garliepp, and you may know them, and they own Chick and Bee Store on Los Gatos Boulevard.
Yes.
Do I have that part right?
That's correct.
Chick and Bee, Los Gatos, chickens and bees. I don't know. Explain yourself.
Well, you'd be surprised how many people have chickens and bees in Los Gatos. Everything from the suburban areas all the way up to the mountains. Los Gatos has like a varied amount of geography, and there's quite a few people and quite a bit of demand for both chickens and bees.
Seems to go hand in hand.
How did you know this? How did you come up with this idea?
Well, the bees part kind of came to us. When we bought our house, there were bees in the house, bees in the garage. We left them in the garage, and then they started swarming after that. So
and I'm guessing at that point, at the beginning, you hated those bees.
Yeah, we were worried about them, so we started capturing them. So then we started capturing them, and then we started getting some of the honey from them, and it was just delicious.
So I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
That's actually when it all started, when we put our honey out for sale, and we got to know all the beekeepers and all the chicken keepers. And so we thought, well, we're beekeepers and chicken keepers. We should start selling products.
So if you put some bees, first off, how do you make them live without, because I would kill them right away. You put them in a jar? Like, let's say you got 6 bees outside and you catch them with a net.
Yeah, those ones you probably want to release because they're the wild ones. They're the foragers when you see them out on your flowers. They're doing the business of taking care of the flowers and gathering nectar to bring back to the hive.
Oh.
So the hive is where you keep them. Usually it's a box with frames in it, and they bring the nectar back to take care of the young bees and the family that's there. It's like a superorganism, we call it. So they're actually in a hive by themselves, somewhere separate, hopefully in your yard.
Could you use that as a bee catcher? You just put a box outside and put dividers and this way and that way, and all of a sudden bees would come?
Actually, you could do that.
Really?
Yeah, we call it a swarm catcher, or swarm lure.
I don't like that word, swarm.
So in the springtime when they're dividing, that's their natural progression. They'll, a set of bees can go into that. They like to come into like a lot of times we'll put old comb in there, very smelly. It's like moving into a fresh new house to them. They love it.
Like dirty sock smell or something?
Yeah,
I don't know. Okay, so we got the bees
Yeah.
part. Where'd the chickens come from?
So when our daughter was little, she wanted chickens, and so of course we had to nurture that side. So we got chickens, and then we got more chickens and more chickens.
So the chickens were having babies.
So, well,
Something like that.
yeah, something like
It
that.
doesn't work like that.
So here we are, beekeepers and chicken keepers, and that's how we started our hobbies. And then we realized that there were a lot of people out there that had the same hobbies. And since we were business owners and business people, we thought, well, let's give it a go.
And you made a career out of it.
And we made a career out of it.
And
yeah.
business, I guess, is great.
It is doing great, yes.
So I got to tell you my chicken story. When my brother Neil was, 8 years old or something, they had to have the incubator at school. We probably all did, but I remember him. And he had the eggs. You know, we bought the special eggs and made a little incubator and this and that. And one made it. One was hatched. And my dad fell in love with this chicken. I can't remember what his name was, but he built a coop for it out in our backyard. And I think, how long do chickens live?
They can live up to 12 years. So, ours are 6 right now.
Okay, I think we had this chicken in the backyard for about 10 years. And my dad would go out every morning, my dad Marty, and he would get the egg. It would lay 1 egg every day. And then all of a sudden my mom said, you know what, we got snails in the backyard. And she didn't tell him. And she went and put snail repellent down. And my dad had started letting the chicken out for exercise. So obviously that was the end of the chicken. And my poor dad went out one morning to get the egg, and he comes in and he's crying and he says, this is the last egg. You know? I found her on top of the egg, and that was the end of that. So anyway, that's our chicken story. But my dad loved that chicken.
Yeah.
I hear people have them as pets.
We do. And we also, at the store, we sell diapers for them. We sell harnesses and leashes, and leashes. And we also have tutus for them.
So they poop a lot. Is that,
They do poop a
and
lot, yes.
Okay, they poop a lot, kind of like rabbits,
Yeah.
where they're pooping all the time.
Yeah.
So the diapers.
It's not quite as clean
Yeah,
as
you
a
can-
rabbit.
You can bring it in the house with a diaper.
You could.
Yeah.
But why would you?
You know what?
People
You'd be
do.
surprised.
People
You'd be
do.
surprised.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, crazy chicken people.
Oh, Oh my gosh. So I guess you meet, so, I just laugh. My daughter happened to see your store a couple weeks ago and told me about it. And she said it looks so cute when you look in the window because you weren't open. You sell a lot of things too.
Yeah.
Do you sell chickens and bees?
We do.
Yes, we do.
How much does a chicken cost?
It depends on the chicken. If you get a little chick and it's just run of the mill, it could cost about 15. And then I have a breeder that I work with, and she hand feeds all of her chickens, and they're ready to go in the coop, and those start at about $50.
But you don't buy chickens to kill them.
No.
We
no.
don't.
So people
No.
buy them for pets, or do
the
they have
eggs.
any value for the eggs? Of course, the eggs and the bees. So you know how I feel about bees. We were talking earlier. My little grandson, 2.5 years old, goes running into the house because of one bee, and he thinks flies are bees. Anything flying's a bee. So I'm not really a fan.
Yeah, they can be scary to kids and people that don't understand, how beneficial they are to us as humans.
So I'm thinking, okay, give me 2 things they're beneficial about.
Okay, so
Honey, which you
they
could buy
provide,
in the store.
Well, yeah, they provide a lot of honey.
Yeah.
They also provide a lot of pollination. So a lot of the food that we eat is pollinated by the bees, and if they weren't around, we'd have a hard time pollinating them all by, the plants and stuff by hand.
Why do they have to sting you?
That's just their defense mechanism. They usually don't sting you unless they're bothered.
So
if they're
me
just-
swatting at them could get them mad.
Yeah, exactly. So if they're going, to the flowers, they're just hanging out and happy to, pollinate, and they usually won't bother you.
The problem
lot of-
comes when we're sitting next to the
Yeah.
A
fire.
lot of times they'll give you a little hit
Little
first
bump.
and say,
Really?
you're in
Yeah.
my way.
How
Please
nice
move."
of that.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, do you go to schools? Because I'm thinking kids would love this.
Yes, we do. We do outreach, or I should say, we do presentations if the school asks. We have an observation hive, so we'll put the bees, one of the bees, set of frames from our beehives, we'll put it into the observation hive. We'll bring it down to the school. Plus, we have charts and posters and little handouts for them, and about what they do for us as humans. We'll use that observation hive, and we'll open it up, and they just love that. That's like the biggest draw, because you can look at the bees, you can look at what they're doing in there, you can see the queen bee, you can see her laying eggs sometimes.
Oh my God, you
Yeah.
bring that to the school, or
We bring
they
it
come to you?
No, we bring it to the school.
You could call it chicken reach, by the way, or bee reach. I don't know what's the flowers.
Bee reach.
Just thinking. So how do people get in touch with you? I might come on my way home.
Yeah, so probably the best way is
You can call or email or go online. You can find us at chickenbees.com.
And it's not chicken bees, it's chick and bees.
Yeah,
I
the
Googled
letter
it.
N in the
Google.
middle.
That's what I did. I Googled you, and
Yep,
all sorts of
Google
great
us.
things come up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think that is so cool.
Yeah.
And do you have like plastic bees and chickens and little things that people can buy who really don't want to take care of them themselves but pretend?
We do. We do. We also have a lot of gifts that are handmade, locally made, and made in the USA.
Very
So
cool.
We do a lot of that as well.
Very cool. So is there something I forgot to ask about chickens and bees? But you love them.
I do want to say one thing.
Yeah.
Chickens and bees came second. Our first store was Boomerang Toner and Ink. So on the awning, if you come in to see us, you will see another name, and that will be Boomerang Toner and Ink, in conjunction with chicken and bees.
I'm thinking this company's a lot more fun.
It really
Right?
is.
How fun was that? Did you know you were going to learn about chickens and bees today? I bet not. Oh, Melody and Jon Garliepp, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
And their store, again, it's Chick and Bees. And you got to stop by and get yourself a chicken. Anyway, I always like to joke that everybody has a story, and it's so true, because listen to this story. And if you have one, it's so easy to either nominate yourself or nominate someone else at KCAT.org. Takes, 3 or 4 minutes. And I want to thank you for being with us today, as always, at KCAT TV 15.